Welcome to Monaco, ladies and gentlemen. This is round 5 of RFL's 13th season. The Monaco Grand Prix. Lots of history, lots of drama, lots of controversy, incidents, magic moments, and fantastic victories. And another chapter will be written into the history books tonight here for the RFL Monaco Grand Prix. Now, we don't know a lot of things about tonight, what the track conditions are going to be like, how the tyres are going to affect the performance for the drivers, how the changing from day to night time is going to affect uh, temperatures, for example. It's a big unknown. There's so much that we don't know ahead of tonight. Uh, so let's do this. It's time to go. Alright, just waiting on DT, and we should be in right now. It's time for some qualifying. Detail. Tires, I assume everyone's just going to be lap data, detail of gap to leader. There we go. Stream is linked into the RFL Discord server. We now have drivers out on circuit. Vibs making his return tonight. He's not attended since the opening round of the season in Mexico City. Unfortunately for him, that race ended with a DNF, which he'll want to not do tonight, and the first step of that is to set a good qualifying lap and put him further ahead, because if you're deeper down the order, you will be more likely to get caught up in other people's accidents. The first driver to start a lap, Jatin in the Scuderia Alpha V Carb Toro Rosso Minardi Von Metal Telefonica Formula One Visa team, Orlan. Obviously, he goes purple in sector 1 on 18.4. We'll keep an eye on that. So, first sector, there is not a lot of margin for error. Turn 1, you need to nail that inside curb as much as you can, but it is also extremely difficult to not go over the curb too much and invalidate your run, as he hits the wall on the outside, off to back and through the swimming pool chicanes. He's going to hit the wall again and into the final two corners. There's the Rascas, hits the wall again through Anthony's nose, and he's going to cross the line to set a 1 minute 9.4. Vibs has kept it on track, good stuff. He's going to cross the line next. He's going to get a 1 minute 10.0. And there is a couple of... There's a Williams about to cross the line. To the top goes Danny. XRT inside, 2.2 seconds off the pace. I believe that might have just been a standard simple outlap and draining a little bit more off the fuel. Times are being set on the board because Lesgo, I think, doing the same with his strategy. Just getting a few more than just the one outlap. Lord James also doing an extra outlap. We can see he's really backed off, he's not using the errors. But Danny M7 currently top of the timesheet at 109.2. Cal in P6 in the Cyber tonight. He has driven 2 races for VCarb this season. And now with both VCarb drivers in attendance tonight. Great to see Cal taking over Cyber. Cyber have had Golden Sniper driving for them this season. Mr. Sniper unavailable tonight. We hopefully will see him next week. And hopefully when Golden Sniper's back, he has a bit more pace. And another cool thing about tonight's event, and I'm really happy to say this, but this is the highest amount of drivers we've had so far this season for an RFL race. 15 drivers. I think we've had 12, 13, 14 in all the first few rounds. But 15, the highest so far this season. It's a very good number for someone like Senna, but who's the king of Monaco. But getting the attendance at its highest at a track like this, where drivers tend to not go for... they tend to skip Monaco. So, I'm waffling, but... There goes Lord James, he's gonna cross the line. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's gonna cause a bit of trouble. The Red Bull of SFR Fins exiting the pits, and Lord James had to make a very, very quick change of direction, and he's crashed into the wall. He's lucky that it's just his wing that has been damaged and the tire's not flown off the car. He's not hit the Red Bull. 6 heads up LTK Terrier putting a lap time on the board. Tom Gorian out on his lap. He's going very quick at the moment. Purple in Sector 2 for the Mercedes driver. Little bit of a lock up through the swimming pool chicane, through the Rascas, tuck it right in, hitting that apex, and then through the final turn. That's a bit sketchy through there. He had 2 goes at turning in. He was nervous, and the nerves have cost him a potential spot at the top of the timesheet. That's unfortunate for Tom, but he will have 12 more minutes to put in a lap time. And there's the McLaren swapping positions because Lesgo on an out lap. He didn't get time on the board that was valuable at the beginning there. Let's see, SFR Fins is on a fast run here. He's drifting and sliding through the casino. Purple in Sector 1, that's a strong start to the lap, but he's drifting again, this time through Lowe's hairpin and in through Portier into the tunnel. That's an Alpine that's ran deep in Mirabeau. Through Nouvelle Chicane, he's invalidated the run. He's used too much of the inside curb and has cost himself any chance of going to the top of the timesheets, because that lap was looking very good. Is he going to go straight into the pits? No, he's going to complete the lap anyways. So we'll see what kind of pace he did have. That's a 108.6. That would have put him P2. At the limits of the circuit are well defined. And he went over them. So that's the risk that they all have to take. Because Lesgo is going to start his next attempt at a flying lap. Through the final turn. The ERS in use the overtaking mode. He's not straight over that yellow line where the drivers are exiting the pits. The last thing he wants to do is crash into his teammates in qualifying, because that would be an awkward conversation to have after the race. He's looking okay actually through the first sector. 1.1 seconds up on his previous best, but that was about as obvious as it was not a fast run. He's taking it careful and smooth through the very twisty middle part of the circuit, down towards the Nouvelle chicane, exiting the tunnel, late braking in, get as much of the inside as you can. He hasn't done so, and he's going to lose a bit of time through that section, through the back corner. There's a bit of front wing there from someone's car. I don't know whose it is. I believe it might be inside who has damaged his wing, so he'll need to have another attempt if he wants to move up the timing sheets. But because let's go again, he's not fast. That's a lap time that's over 2 seconds off the top spot. P10, he's been so inconsistent, unfortunately. Inconsistent, that's not the right term to use. He's been very consistently shit in qualifying so far. He finished 4th in the championship last season, so we should be expecting more from him. This is our runner-up from last season, Mr. Paddock74, returning to Mercedes this season. His first choice was McLaren seat, but we wanted to give Kozlezgo and Terrier those seats, as they had signed up very early and had them at the top of the books, and we thought it would also help if we had Vapid Koot and Tom Gorian both driving for Mercedes. That would be an entertaining watch every week with them in the same team, and it has been so far this season. They have been glued to each other all season. Tom Gorian, interesting stat about him. This season he has not led a single lap in the first 5 races. 6 drivers, as Terrier goes to the top of the sheet, 6 drivers have led the race so far this season. Vapid invalidating there. Sorry, as I was saying, 6 drivers led the Mexico City Grand Prix, and since then we have had no driver who has led a race for the first time this season. So at Mexico City we had Lord James, LTK Terrier, Finns, Angelo for Klempt and Vapid. But as I said, since then we've not had a single driver who has led for the first time since. Maybe that'll change tonight, but the front of the field at Monaco tends to really not change all that much. I just read what Finns was put in the chat. Yuto Seta, have a good race, guys, in the Discord. I certainly hope that these guys have a good race, and hopefully for him, Finns is retired. Finns has crashed at the casino, and he's hit that inside wall, so he has crashed. So I was going to read out what Finns has said. That is disastrous. Championship leader is out of qualifying, starting from the back, unless something absolutely catastrophic happens for the man exiting the pits right now, Mr. Vapid Q74. Lord James, top of the timesheets now. He is currently 19 points off the championship lead. This is a huge opportunity for him tonight, and LTK Terrier in second, 30 points off of Finns. He's in the pits. Danny M7, 9th in the championship, 28 points on the board. He only did the previous 2 races. He didn't join until after Brazil, and he's doing alright so far this season. He's no doubt going to get a win at some point. For Klimt, I see him getting a potential win, so this season's going to be good for him. He's had a couple of poor results. He wasn't there last week for the Spanish Grand Prix, so he's dropped behind Tarrier in the standings. He is currently 38 points off of Fins. He's got 38 points in the books himself. Vapid Coot 74 in third, 22 points off the championship lead. He wants to set a good lap today in qualifying and put himself in pole position, but Tarrier is the one I think we're going to be watching more than anyone, seeing if he can get into the 107s, to see if he can beat the Ferrari driver of Lord James, the reigning champion. This is absolutely crucial, this lap. He needs to keep it perfect, refined, nuanced, hit every apex, get every exit perfect, manage the ERS, manage the battery and use it at the right time. DRS enabled, here we go. This is the lap of the weekend for LTK Tarrier entering turn 1. He's going to use as much of the curve on the inside as he can. He's going to pass the Alpine on the exit of the corner. That's good stuff from the Alpine, letting him through. He's going to cut right towards the inside. He's sliding so much through that part of the track. And he's purple in sector 1. This is big for LTK Tarrier. Nicely through the hairpin. That's a good line, widening the entry as they approach Portier entering the tunnel. Tarrier, the overtake mode is enabled. Exit of the tunnel. Late as you want under the brakes. Tuck it into the apex and pushing on the exit. More ERS through here to back. Slight lift, downshift through here, nice and flat. I think he tapped a bump there. He made a slight mistake. He taps the outside wall and through the final 2 corners. So Raskas, Anthony knows, DRS enabled to the line. He's going to absolutely charge to the line. But he's only going to improve by a 10th of a second. He's going to stay in P2 for now. That is such a good thing for Lord James to see. Tarrier not improving. Danny M7, he needs to find a second. Tom Gorian's retired. He's had an accident at the final turn, so he's not going to be happy with that one. P5 at the moment. He might stay there. We don't know. Danny M7 needs to close in a second to get himself on pole position. I believe there was an improvement from someone there in the timing boards. Vapid Coot needs to find time. Angelo needs to find time as well. They're in P8 and P9 at the moment. Lots of yellow flags out at the moment. Drivers moving out of the way, saying, after you. No, after you. So this is big stuff. Jatin's left the session. I don't know how we're going to get him back in. Give me a second. Do I have him added? Yes. There we go. Get him back in. Good stuff. Let's do this. Through the final 2 corners. Can Danny M7 move up ahead of LTK Tarrier? Or even better, move on and hit pole position? No. He's going to improve 3/10 though. And he's going to remain P3 for the time being. Vibs has had a good session so far. And I believe, yep, he's going to stay in P7. DT's crashed at the final turn, just where Tom had his accident. Vapid also making a mistake. That's his session done. He's not going to get to the line with any sort of speed to begin his final flying lap. Let's see what Cal can do. He's invalidated his time, because let's go. Only 2/10 up. He's not even going to get past Cal. He's going to stay P12. What's going on with this guy this season? I don't think he's qualified in the top 10 at all. Rizla is making improvements, and that's an interesting parking position for, I believe that is Vibs. through. Vibs is going to stay P7. Jatin, P6. Let's hope he rejoins the session very quickly now. But through the final turns, this is going to be the last run of the night for this session. And to the line, Rizlas is going to go to P7. That's solid for him. And for Clems, can he overtake Danny? No, he's going to stay P4. And that is your starting grid for round 5 here in Monaco. That was a fun session. I'll send him another invite just in case. He's asked me there for him. Oh, what? There we go, he's got it. So Jatin's gonna get back in to the session. Fantastic. He's gonna be starting from 6th position tonight. Now, Monaco's a complete. There's just a massive question mark about everything in this race. Anything can happen, and everything will happen. This is just going to be fantastic tonight. Gonna hop into the live chat. I'm gonna say hello to a few of yous. All of those watching here on the International Paddock. Drop in your predictions for this race. Who do you think is going to take home the Monaco Grand Prix trophy? Stand on the top step of the podium and claim 1/3 of the Triple Crown. Also, let me know if the race is fully dry, or if we do have a bit of weather that will affect this race. We can see there on the left, no smoking. No smoking in the pit lane. I don't think that's bizarre. I've never seen that in the F1 game. A no smoking sign in the pit lane. It's like in one of the previous updates, someone has went out in the back and, you know, lit a cigarette and have not put it out properly and have set fire to one of the garages. That happened to Williams once. Wasn't a cigarette, but there's a conspiracy about that Grand Prix, the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix. That the reason why Williams burnt down their garage after the race was to clear out, like, evidence that they'd been cheating to win. Or they were allowed to cheat with tires or something like that in that race. But Maldonado actually had some strong speed in some of the other races that season. But let's not talk about a race that happened nearly 13 years ago. Let's talk about RFL Season 13. And the 5th round. The first 4 races have all been very entertaining to watch. And there's been a lot of unpredictability in this season. We do have some fantastic action for you guys tonight. 39 laps. That's a lot of laps. That's a lot of opportunities for drivers to make mistakes, to make flashy overtakes. Every Monaco overtake's a good one. I will let you guys know as well when we're going for the formation lap to begin. Eight people in the live stream. Lovely to see you all. Hope you all do enjoy this race tonight. We go at 2025. So the drivers should be readying up now. Tom's about to put the message in the RFL chat. He goes at RFL drivers. Let's go! I'm ready to go, and I hope you at home are also ready to go. This is RFL Season 13. We are live for the Monaco Grand Prix. The formation lap is underway. All 15 drivers have left the grid, and SFR Fins starting at the back of the field tonight. Let's see what tyres everyone's starting on. That's a bold decision from SFR Fins, starting on the soft tyres, but we do have a sort of even mix. 8 drivers on the hards, 6 on the mediums. So Lord James on that pole position. His teammate's just been disqualified from the formation lap. Pole position, he's on the mediums, but he's got Tarrier and Danny behind him, so he wants to push in this early stage, wait for a safety car. That could affect the strategy so much tonight when the safety cars come, because we've not had one, I think, since Mexico. We've had safety car free, incident free for pretty much the whole season. I don't think we've handed out a single time penalty either. I think we've handed out a couple of penalty points for qualifying and impeding, but that happens. So we've had some very clean racing this this season so far. Cal's disconnected again, bringing him back in. Hopefully all is well for him tonight. There we go, get him back in his cyber. Starting from P12, although Cal's not a fast driver, and I think he'll be the first one to admit that, he knows how to keep his car away from the walls. He doesn't make mistakes, and that's how he builds himself up. That's how he gets himself the points on the board. And Cyber will need his help tonight if they want to progress in the Drivers' Championship. We're about to get going here for the Monaco Grand Prix. We're live and underway. The drivers pushing towards turn 1, and Lord James has the best start. Round the outside goes Tarrier. He's going to hit the wall, and he's going to go side by side. There's a crash in the back. That is Rizla's side by side for the lead. Contact, and this virtual safety car is going to put a stop to that. Angelo has got a 10-second penalty for a severe collision. Jatin has broken his front wing. That's not good. And where's my Rizlas at? Also with damage. Cal with damage. I said he knows how to keep it, avoid the incidents, but he hasn't. Fins in P12. Does he have a car that's fully intact? Yes, he does, because let's go. He got through that first corner melee slightly okay as well. Oh, Tom Gorian and Vibs side by side. 3-second penalty for DT for corner cutting. That's not good. It's an absolute mess at the start of this Grand Prix, and it's all kicked off. Angelo getting I think, an incident warning. DT with damage. Angelo with damage. We're going to see half the field enter the pits at the end of this lap. Yeah, there goes Vibs. That's a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So it's an absolute disaster for so many drivers this early on. And the penalties are coming in thick and fast. And all these front wing changes. Yeah, so 7 cars involved in that first lap incident. First corner incident, I should say. So instantly Fins has gained 8 places, and I don't think any driver's ever done that around Monaco on lap 1. Well, yeah, so actually 2 penalties. Vibs and DT, a couple of drivers taking their penalties in the pits, and for the Aston Martins is not looking good. Lord James, 2 seconds of an advantage. That's contact. Someone's out of the race. That is another virtual safety car. The second of the race on lap 2. And that is the Visa Cash App of DT, who has somehow hit the wall on the exit of Mirabeau. I don't know how he's done that. That's not a typical place where drivers crash. Verklempt is going to enter the pits. I believe that is a strategy decision. Our tyres, he's only going to drop 2 places. How long does he want to go on these? I believe he's getting his pit stop out of the way. I believe that is him set for the rest of the race. We don't know where to watch around this track because it's all kicking off everywhere. Finn's now up into P6. DT, we'll see you next week. It's unfortunate because we don't like it when drivers are eliminated so early on. But the good thing is, we had a 7-car pile-up at turn 1, but no one retired from the race because of it. Oh, that's a very ambitious move, and that's a drive-through for LTK Terrier. Going on the brakes there is Vapid Coot. SFR Finns making the overtake. It's a disaster for LTK Terrier. He's now going to have to pit and lose so much time. A drive-through this early on, no. Safety cars strategy. You'd rather have a drive-through on lap 4 than a drive-through on lap 34. Tom only half a second off of Danny. Kozlezko moving up another position. And Finn's, we said it's going to be interesting to see how he can maneuver up the field, but he's not had to do much work. He has got up to P4 this early on. So he is now well and truly in the fight for the win. Lord James has a 5-second lead. So what can he do with that? Again, we'll see how strategies and safety cars and stuff play out tonight. There will be more drivers who hit the wall today. Tom Gorian, what are the chances of him getting a penalty or having an incident today? Unfortunately, very likely, because if he's making mistakes like that and losing himself that time consistently, another second off a lead for Lord James. Now, that's just extraordinary. A 1:11.1. Those are some fast lap times. He is loving this circuit, but SFR Finns is going to catch these guys soon. Tom's wiggling about through the casino, and he's dropping a bit further behind Danny M7. A lot of field spread, unfortunately, early on, and it happens, but anything can happen at any time. As I say, safety cars can come out at any point, and that will close the field right up. So there's no reason for any driver to pull into the pits and retire or give up or lose any focus whatsoever. You need to stay 100% locked in. Terrier's passed his teammate. I believe that he's been let through. A little bit of contact with a wall. Vibs has got another penalty, this time for track limits. Exit of the final turn for Terrier, who has to close in 4 seconds to Vapid Coot 74 if he wants to move himself back in to the top 5. Finns, I believe, might have made a slight error. He was 1.4 seconds behind on those softs, and it's still the same gap. So with the rate he was closing in earlier, I have a small feeling that he might have ran wide or locked up or missed his braking somewhere or lost the rear end a wee bit. Danny M7, I think, made a mistake as well, because now he's 8 seconds off the lead, and he has also now got Tom for company right. up his rear end. That's a common theme for Tom, being up people's rear ends. So he's in very familiar territory tonight, and Finns is going to get involved in this very soon. Will he be the one who strikes an overtake first, or will Tom take a risk and try and move himself up into P2? Oh, this track is so good. It's such a fun track to drive around. And these are the kinds of battles that I like watching, where they're difficult to overtake. Tarrier's crashed. Tarrier's crashed. His teammates nearly been wiped out as well. Driver's having to avoid the car. He's not ghosted. Up in turn 4. Safety car deployed. That 8-second advantage for Lord James completely wiped out. Finns is no doubt going to be in the pits. Lord James, no doubt going to be in the pit lane. Vapid will pit. Those hard tyre runners are going to be in absolute shambles right now. Let's invite Tarrier in to the party. Let's see what he has to say about what just happened there. If he wants to say anything or wants to stop in for a quick chat, watch the race with myself, or if he wants to just focus and do something else. Finn's the first driver into the pits. He's going to switch to mediums this time. Ooh, fancy. That's an interesting call. So he's going for the 2-stop. Vapid pitting, because Lesgo pitting to get rid of those hard tyres. He's going to switch to a set of the mediums. He's going to go back into the pits, I believe, maybe again, and go back to the hards. We'll see. We'll see. Finn's only losing 1 place, though, by making that pit stop. All the drivers might get packed up again, but this is Monaco. I've had it in the past where safety cars haven't closed up the field. But that was on F123, and it was a different type of race. That was different circumstances, because at Monaco, as I say, field spread is very common, and the mistakes that drivers make are also very high. I said safety cars were going to be a theme in today's race, and I kept saying that over and over and over again, and we've got our third intervention of the race, the first full safety car off the Grand Prix. We've had a few virtuals in the first couple of laps. We went green for about 6 laps, and now 5 laps, and now we're back behind the safety car. Follow the leader, Lord James. That advantage of 8 seconds gone, just like that, all gone. Danny and Tom on the podium, with Verklempt just behind at the moment. Tom was close. He's just as close now to Danny as he was before the safety car was deployed, and big chance for Mr. Gorian on this restart. We have to remember, Lord James was side by side with LTK Tarrier for the lead before that safety car got deployed. We were watching that, and that's why we missed the big pile up, the big incident at the rear of the field. And I said during qualifying, best way to avoid the incidents is to qualify as high up as possible. So if you are on lap 1, you get caught up in that accident, don't say you got unlucky. Obviously it's not your fault that other people crashed, but it's your fault that you qualified so far down the field. If you had qualified higher and been ahead of the incident, you would have been involved in it. It's the point that I made to drivers so many times. The reason why the drivers at the front always are at the front is because they're the ones who don't make mistakes. We're waiting on one more car, to catch up. That is XRT inside, and then we will get this race back underway. Lap 10 here at Monaco. Lord James has had a dominant performance so far today. Took the lead at turn 3, ran away with it. It was up that hill, that run towards turn 3, where there was a very serious accident in real life Grand Prix at Monaco, which took the 2 Haas cars and Sergio Perez out of the race. And the Monaco Grand Prix last year, I slept through the whole race, but lap 1, you know, we had Sainz DNFing, we had Alpine colliding, car going airborne, Perez smashing it up the hill. You know, a lot happened, but FOM on their broadcasts missed it all. And here at RFL, we want to be better than them. We want to catch as much of the action as we can. Safety car in this lap. The field has caught up, and we are ready to go again. So it's a full reset of the order. All the time lost, the gaps and everything has changed, and that's a penalty for Jackson. A severe collision with Cal. Don't know if there's any damage. We'll see in a minute. But as they exit the final corner, the Monaco Grand Prix is back underway. And Lord James on those medium tyres will want to rebuild that gap to Danny M7. Cars sliding around at the back of the field. No one going for a move into turn 1. Actually, Jackson might want to try and go side by side with Cal up the hill. 2 tenths actually separating Tom and Danny, and that's actually that's bizarre. I think Tom's made a mistake, and Verklempt is now inside of his car. How strange. They need to avoid making contact here, because look at this. Verklempt is gonna drive right up behind him. Not gonna go for a move. He's gonna lose a lot of speed on the exit. These guys are gonna get impatient at any point. Now Vapid holding position against Kozlezgo. That is the battle for P6, side by side on the exit of the corner. And Kozlezgo getting all out of shape through that final turn. And Vapid getting out of shape. He's hit the inside wall of his rear tyre. DRS enabled again. But Vapid could losing 2 seconds because of that mistake. But he's not lost any positions. Danny M7, 1.6 seconds off the lead. Lord James is comfortable at the front with the advantage he has. But in a way that kind of means he's a bit less comfortable, because there's more pressure on him to make a mistake, lose concentration. Let's see if Tom can go for this overtake in through the tunnel. Danny has the speed on the exit, and he's going to hold the position for now. As I say, these are the battles that I love watching. It's when you're battling with someone and it's so close, and you have to think of a different way to make the pass. It's a fantastic type of racing, and I love it so much. Notice the safety car graphic on the top left of the screen. That is there as a glitch. The safety car is not out. If there's another yellow flag, oh, that's contact into the wall. No idea what happened there. Looks like Verklempt got hit up the rear by SFR fins, and then completely losing control and having to avoid a serious incident there. He's going to let through a couple of cars. Angelo's going to get held up by Verklempt here with the damage now to that front wing. He's very lucky to still be in the race. But that's what happens at Monaco. It can get all crazy, and that's the type of incident that happens so frequently. Just a miscommunication, a little bit of contact, and that is Verklempt all the way down to P9, and that's not going to help him in the championship at all. He doesn't want another result outside the top 5, because he had 9th place at Mexico City. He missed the Grand Prix in Spain. Tom's made a mistake there. He's lost the position to SFR Fins. That's the beauty of this, is that SFR Fins hasn't actually had to do anything in this whole race, yet he's now up into 3rd. And it's the consistency and it's the experience, the racecraft, that's got Fins into 3rd place. Okay, and maybe a little bit of luck, but we'll gloss over that one. Vapid, though, has made his mandatory pit stop. That's another crucial factor of this race. So he just needs to stay within 20 seconds of Lord James before James enters the pits. Looks like things are getting a bit chaotic down at that chicane. Is that a bit of front wing I saw? Vapid is actually under a bit of pressure from Kozlowski. So Kozlowski has a bit of race pace. He does have some speed in that McLaren. He's not been able to extract it at all this season, but a top 5 finish here would really help his season out, because it's been such a poor start for him. Finn's now right on the back of Danny M7. Let's see if he can possibly go for a move at some point. He's forced to stick in behind Lord James. That gap is 4.4 seconds, 4.6 now. But those tyres, those hards for Danny M7 are going to start performing stronger, because the wear on those mediums are going to start affecting the pace. And oh, that's very aggressive defense from Danny M7. So, oh, contact, Fins in the wall. Fins in the wall. Is there damage to that front wing? Yes, there is. Very aggressive defense from Danny M7. And the Red Bull has lost part of his front wing. And now he's inside of Tom Gorian. That's the second time today Tom Gorian's been inside of someone. But Fins holds P3. How much time is he going to lose with that broken front wing? It's broken on both sides. Jatin is out of the race. Contact into the wall. And the virtual safety car has been deployed. I don't think that was because Jatin had an incident. I think that was because of something else happening, because Jatin retired in the pit lane. We're down to 11 drivers, starting with 15. Some fast drivers out of the race. Jatin, Vibs, Tarrier, all guys who were very pacey today and who had big opportunities to score some solid points. They're now out of the Grand Prix. DT was a bit further back, qualified not so well. I don't think he was going to get such a good result on the board today with the pace he had. That's just an honest observation. Fins entering the pit lane for the second time today. He's going to switch over to hard tyres and go for the rest of the race, I assume. Front wing damage. That's the theme of the day for a lot of these boys, and another unscheduled pit stop. Down to P9. So all the hard work Fins did to get up into 3rd or the lack of work, really. He's now going to have to do it all over again. Paddock 74. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see what this guy does in the second half of the race. Because he's not going to pit. He's not going to pit for the rest of the race. He'll get track position over Lord James. He'll get track position over Danny and Tom. But if Kozlezko makes a move, you never know. This is going to be brilliant to watch. Kozlezko, I don't think is going to pit for the rest of the race. He's going to try and drag those medium tyres as long as possible. Lord James has entered the pits, and for the first time this season, Danny M7 is going to lead the Grand Prix. This is brilliant. Vapid Coot 74 up into P3, because let's go fourth. Rizla in P5. With a penalty still, I believe. Verklempt has got a penalty now as well, down to P11. That is just rubbing salt into the wounds for the Alpine driver. But again, as I say, anything can happen and everything will happen. And track position is king. Danny M7 leads the race. Had a controversial incident there a few laps ago before the virtual safety car with SFR Finn's very, very firm defense through this part of the track, and it forced Finn's into an error, miscommunication. Finn's trying to make a move, try to go side by side on the exit up to back. It's a bit dodgy anyway if you're SFR fans, you know. Never gonna work out. If you try to go side by side through the swimming pool chicane, you will end up in the swimming pool. Because Kozlezko knows now he is racing for the win. This is what he's racing for. He needs to pass Vapid Coot 74. Can he do it? He needs to win this race. He needs to get the points on the board. Win before your teammate has. We've had an even split so far at the start of this season. 2 wins for SFR Finns, 2 wins for Lord James. Bibbs has left the session. He has said adios and called it a night. Thank you for showing up tonight, Bibbs. Unfortunately, another retirement, but maybe next week if you're here, you can get some points on the board for LP. 4.5 seconds now the gap between James and Kozlezko. This is important. Kozlezko, no, he's not going to quite go for it at the moment. He's going to have to tuck in behind again. The opportunity started to come for him, but he wasn't able to take it. He needed to absolutely send it. Take a huge risk into the penultimate turn. The Rascal. Sangelo is going to overtake Cal, who enters the pit lane. He's going to switch over to the hard tires and go for the rest of this race. Cal is going to get some points today if he finishes. 3 seconds now between Lord James and Kozlezko. This race is just gonna be about as dramatic as dramatic as a Christopher Nolan film. Peak cinema is what Martin Scorsese would be calling this race, and it is building up to be something fantastic. Monaco is such a unique circuit, and that's why we love it. James. 1 second. He's closing in. 2.5, 3 seconds. A lot faster than these guys. But he has to pass both of them. That's contact. Someone's hit the wall. XRT inside. Losing a bit of his front wing. He's going to hit the wall again. Cal needs to try and see what he can do about this one. And he's going to hit the back of him now. That's poor driving from both. That's unfortunate. And Cal's going to have to go straight back into the pits again to fix that wing. That's going to be side by side. Surely, on the exit of the tunnel, Lord James is going to try and pass. Because let's go for P4. What a move from the Ferrari driver. No messing about. He's going to go straight in for it as we end lap 21. When are the hard tyre runs going to pit? I think they're genuinely just going to wait until there's a safety car again. And with Paddock, knowing him and knowing the kind of defence he can put up against this driver, Lord James, we have no idea. Lapped car exiting the pits. That is XRT inside. On the soft tyres now, he's going to have to let these guys through to avoid getting a penalty from the game. Where's Marisla's at? P6. He's going to catch up to his teammate and potentially lap him here. But where's Marisla's at? This is his first race of the season. Unfortunately, he's had to step down and become a reserve driver this season. So the speed that guy has is quite impressive, but he's not going to be able to put up any fight this season for a strong championship position. But we're glad to have him every week that we do have him. And he's just got a 3-second penalty. Vapid's holding position. Very firm defence. Danny and Tom in the pits now. They're going to switch over to the medium tyres. And Vapid Coot 74 is going to take the lead in the race. DRS for Lord James. He's going to try it on the outside into turn 1. Force the alternate line from Vapid. That on the exit. Look at that. Cutting right across to the inside of the circuit to block the run. And let's see, can Lord James risk it into Mirabeau? No. We do have to just watch this from James's on board, because he's going to be losing the plot here. You know what? We're going to watch it like this. We're going to watch this battle. Forget all the graphics on the screen. Forget everything. This is the fight for the win. And oh my goodness me, what is Vapid Coot doing? You are a legend. This is fantastic. This is brilliant. And now, look at that. The Aston Martin is going to pass both of them. The lapped car is going to drive straight through. Because let's go 1.3 seconds behind. Now he's going to enter the pits. He's going to change his tyres. SFR fins! Yes! He's going to get involved in this. Into turn 1. Vapid holds position. Lord James, he needs to use all the battery he can. Blocking the track, blocking the inside, blocking the outside, inside ahead. And through the casino. Lord James, I thought he was going to go for it there, but he can't. In through Mirabeau, the second sector. Huge moment of the race. He's going to go up the inside. They're going to bang wheels. They're going to make contact. And James still is going to stay behind Vapid Coot 74 as they push out of the exit of Portier in through the tunnel. This is such a fantastic battle. And Lord James isn't going to be able to get up the inside into the corner. He's going to hit the back of the Mercedes car. SFR Fins is going to catch these guys now. Wow. Ha ha. What a race this is. And that's a poor exit for Vapid Coot. Trying to go round the outside is Lord James. That's not going to work, or is it? Side by side. Contact. Contact again. SFR Fins wants this. He wants to get involved. He's going to pass Lord James into turn 1. Fantastic. But he's not going to be able to stay ahead. Exit for Lord James is much better. Three-way scrap. This is what we wanted. This is what we are getting. And what a battle this is. And oh, there's more contact. And Lord James finally is gonna get ahead off the Mercedes. 14 laps to spare. He had to do the most aggressive move of all time to get ahead. But Fabbi's just gonna relinquish the lead to SFR Fins. And it's the two drivers who are always at the front of the field here in RFL. And they're back at the front again. And this time, they're gonna battle for the win. I had to go back into the party there. But anyways, that was fun. Thank you for Rapid Boot there. Because he did make James absolutely work for that pass. There goes Rizzler's losing position to Danny M7. He's going to lose it to Tom as well. And down into P6 again. He's going to need to pit at some point to get rid of his tires, or else he's going to risk getting a puncture. Will Fins be able to find the pace to try and overtake the Ferrari? James has been on it all day. He has been so fast all day. There's not been anything he's done wrong in this race. He's made all the right moves at all the right times. Rizzler's has just gotten another penalty. Tom has a penalty as well. I believe he would have gotten that when we cut away. So I'm not going to do that again. But these guys are now on the back of Vapid too. Vapid's not defending. What? Come on, that's boring. Boo! Boo! Fuck you! Anyway, here we go again. This is a battle for P3. Tom needs to get ahead and pull away from the Williams. Huge moments coming up in this Grand Prix. We've got 12 laps after this. A lot can happen in 12 laps. Let's breathe. In and out. Fantastic, lovely. Angelo P7. He's on the back now, off Rizzler. And Angelo wants to get up into the top 6. He's been a driver this season who's found his way into some strong positions. Again, in the same kind of way that what, Fins has been doing today, and that's simply by keeping himself out of trouble. Angelo, as I said, he's closing in on Rizzler's. Rizzler's has made it even worse for himself, so now his tyres are 26 laps old, and he has damage to his front wing. Contact with the wall on the exit of turn 1. Angelo knows a thing or two about that. How hard is this guy going to defend? He's going to cut the corner. Very interesting strategy call. And he's going to hit the wall again. And now he's going to cut the corner again. And now he's going to cut the corner again. Is he going to go into the pits? Yes. He's going to get a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. What? Well done. Brilliant. That is the most fabulous lap I've watched from a driver today. Absolutely terrible driving, I must say. But I hope to have him back soon. I commend you, sir. Right. Tom half a second. Oh, that's Vapid. Vapid's made a mistake. I just about caught that. 1.6 seconds now Angelo is behind. And that gap is going to shrink a little bit more now. Thomas a second behind Danny. And he's going to cut the corner again. Finn's is 2.7 off of Lord James. So James really is on it tonight. Pulling away yet again is the Ferrari driver. You know what would make this race entertaining? A safety car. A good old-fashioned safety car. Now. Right now. Safety car right this moment. Please, someone, do something. Because that would just create the most ridiculous end to a league race you've ever seen in your life. Because you'll have drivers pitting for softs and drivers staying out. And then it just becomes this utterly crazy battle. And I think there was nothing better today to watch. And in the moment of the race, Vapid's defense. Another penalty for Verklempt, but he's 18 seconds ahead of Cal, so that won't affect him. 20 seconds behind Kozlezko. He really is in what we like to call no man's land. Ha! How hard are you going to defend here? Oh, Angelo nearly crashing out of the race! Oh, that was so sketchy, that was scary. Boy, the Ferrari driver, his pants must be so full of shit right now. I think that's such a brilliant moment, that nearly losing everything there, but he needs to pass Vapid Coot 74. He's going to have to save a bit of battery though before he does that, because Vapid has plenty there. He has a lot of battery left to play with compared to Angelo, and he's just going to keep saving. He's got to keep saving. He's going to defend this. P5 is on the cards here for Vapid Coot 74. These two have had plenty of battles in the past, and another one coming tonight. And that's just hilarious. What has he just done? It's like he forgot to turn. Vapid Coot 74 down to P7, I believe. He's going to make a pit stop at the end of this lap, or alternatively again, just see what happens. Just see what happens. Rizla left the session. Goodbye. See you next time you race. Hopefully it's a better result again. As I say, we'll take the piss out of you, but it's all in good fun, and we always prefer it when you're here to when you're not here in the race. Final turn for Vapid. Gonna cross the line here and start lap 32, and everything has now settled down. Entirely settled down, I must point out. Kozlezko is catching Angelo. Now, we've seen last time of Kozlezko getting stuck behind another driver, and he wasn't able to make the pass that time round. So now Angelo went from being the predator to the prey. Let's see if Kozlezko can make a move here. Again, Kozlezko and Angelo had plenty of battles. Plenty of incidents as well to go along with them. But we'll see what happens. We have just 7 laps remaining here at Monaco. It's the battle for P5. Rapid staying out. I guess he has just given up. But he could pit on lap 37, go for fastest lap. But I do have a small feeling because Leslie's going to do something stupid here. He just hasn't got the speed through that part of the track, and that's vapid into the same wall again. Has he just forgot how to turn his wheel through that corner? He's on an Xbox controller, in fairness. But I don't understand. We're going to have to watch him on the next lap on board and see what he does. Because let's go. Is he going to try it into here? He had a much better exit than Angelo. Really needs to widen out this corner, but he's not done so, and he's got a poor exit because of that. Vapid Coot 74 now with damage to his wing. Again, absolutely no reason to pit. Because now he's got Verklempt behind him, so if he pits, Verklempt jumps ahead of him. So there's no point going for that fastest lap then. Because let's go versus Angelo. Still super close. You know what? Angelo might just be, you know, holding him up for the sake of holding him up. You know, it's just what he wants to do. So he vapid into the hairpin. Can he turn the car? Yes, he can. He could do it perfectly fine. What happened on the last 2 laps that made him do that? Oh, that's an on-board we love to see. We've just cut away from it again. 3/10 the gap through the swimming pool chicane. Can he get the exit again? Not quite. Trying to push to get ahead into the final corner. We have 4 laps to decide this one. And I think this is just going to be the battle of the race. This is going to be what we're watching to the end. And I'm glad we have this battle, because it's 2 drivers, and Angelo, in terms of driving, isn't the biggest fan of the way because Let's Go races. So we'll be absolutely desperate to stay ahead. Those tyres, 7 laps younger on the McLaren compared to the Ferrari. But Angelo has been driving better than Kozlezgo through that tricky mid part of the circuit, through Mirabeau, Lowe's hairpin, and in through Portier. Let's see. It really is a short lap if you do think about it. That Monaco is so short, but it feels so much bigger because because every single corner is an adventure. Every single corner is super different from the other. Oh, this is the run that Kozlezgo needs. Let's go on board. He's gonna be blocked by Angelo. That's very, very good driving from the Ferrari. Into Mirabeau. Let's see what Kozlezgo's doing through this hairpin, and let's see why Angelo's getting all that speed. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. That's Cal letting through Vapid. Verklempt has overtaken Vapid. He's done it again! What's he doing? This absolute implosion on the inside from Vapid Coop 74 is quite something to witness. There's some times that I look at a driver and I see what they're doing on circuit, and it just baffles me beyond belief. He needs to stay within the... we don't care about the tyres anymore. Penalties. 9 seconds. Needs to keep the front 9 seconds off Verklempt if he wants to get P7 in this race. Let's see, because Kozlezgo needs to think of something here if he wants to overtake Angelo with just 2 laps to go, Lord James. crosses the line to begin the penultimate lap of this Monaco Grand Prix. Has a 5.4 second lead over the championship leader SFR Fins, who's made a good race. He's done a good race today, SFR Fins. He's had contact with Danny. That's a penalty for Angelo. Oh no, Angelo, what have you done? Yeah, but as I said, Fins had incidents which didn't help, but he managed to push through and get the places at the right time, and he's going to take P2 unless something goes wrong for either him or James. Up the hill, now this has killed the battle really, because Let's Go has no reason to try and pass now. Unless he has warnings himself. No. He's kept a clean sheet. Because Let's Go has done a great job today. He's going to get himself P5. I gave him... I wasn't giving him the credit, really, earlier on. I said I thought he was going to do something stupid, but he's not. He's not done something stupid. Had Angelo not got that penalty, would we be in an entirely different scenario? Perhaps. But because Let's Go's done everything right today, with the way he's raced that McLaren, he's had a patient, mature drive today. Let's watch Lord James. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. He has not put a foot wrong all evening. He's got a 6-second lead. He's going to win the Monaco Grand Prix. Just needs to get through these final 2 turns through the rest cast. Nice and simple. A little bit of a lock-up for dramatic effect. And across the line, the winner of the RFL Monaco Grand Prix is Lord James. That's going to be Fins in P2. Danny M7. Again. Solid drive. He's going to take 3rd place. Tom going to take P4 despite the penalty. That's going to not drop him any places. But the one driver who's going to be the most furious, I imagine, after this race and thinking, oh no, what have I done? Is Angelo. A 3-second penalty right at the end cost him any chance at getting P5 here. And he's going to take P6 because Let's Go's going to get a top 5 result. Vapid getting more damage to that car? No, it's not more damage. It's the same damage he had before. But a disappointing performance from Vapid Q74 today. When he was genuinely in that fight for the win. So, is he gonna spin the car around and reverse across the line? No, he's just gonna take a leisurely stroll across the finish line, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the race. And that was the RFL Monaco Grand Prix. It got quite quiet towards the end, but honestly, some of those battles we saw today were utterly brilliant. Unbelievable drama, fantastic racing, and the 3 best drivers today stood 1, 2, 3 on the podium. I want to say Fins, driver of the day, but he crashed in qualifying. That's why he started so far down. So I don't want to give him credit for moving so far up the field from starting far back, because he was the one who made that mistake in qualifying. So again, driver of the day, Lord James, didn't put a foot wrong, made some good overtakes, dominated, full and through the race was unstoppable, really. 50 minutes and 1 second that was. Next week we go to Silverstone, the British Grand Prix. That's always a fun track. And we'll see more DRS racing as opposed to this. which for some, yay, for others, yeah. But I hope you all enjoyed, and if you're watching on the YouTube video or on the post race, you're watching it on the broadcast, hello, and I'm gonna get myself a pizza now. That's for fitness driver for the not driver of the day, sorry, fastest lap there is. So he's gonna pick up 21 points, and so he's only gonna lose 4 in that lead fight today. Join us in the upcoming days. We've got more ERC across the week, UCR, and the Europa Racing League. The league, I think, is live right now on Paddock Blue. So go over, watch that as well, and support the guys who are running that on the set, of course, a competition. Thank yous for watching. Hope yous enjoyed the broadcast. And we'll see you at Silverstone.